in this video I'm going to be reviewing Vultr. I'm going to set up a basic server, give you a full demonstration. I'm going to add it to my control panel and also set up a WordPress website and do a benchmark, add it to my spreadsheet. If you're not seeing that spreadsheet yet, click on the link below in the description. It's where I go through all of the VPS servers and the shared hosting servers that I review, and I run a WordPress benchmark on the servers, and I put all the results there. I do 3 tests per service, and I'll let you decide for yourself what is best for you. It does take a bit of time, so I appreciate if you give me a like and subscribe. And yeah, let's get on with this video. So normally I go for the cheaper, lower end VPS servers, but I'm starting to upgrade my hosting, and Vultr is one of the, I'd say, mid to premium VPS providers. Their pricing is very good, and they offer 2 levels of service for their standard basic VPS servers. Well, I say basic, one is a high compute and one is standard. So this is their page here. I'm already logged in, and what we're going to look at today is the cloud compute. There's powerful compute instances with Intel CPUs and 100 SSD storage. They're in 20 plus locations, powerful control panel and API, easy management, which is what we like. You can deploy an instance straight away, and so on. Okay, let's get to compute. So you can see there's two levels of service. There's compute, which is standard VPS, which is probably fine for most people. Starting from $250, or for server I'd probably go for $10 or $20. But if you go for high frequency, this is on SSD, 100% SSD and so on. If you go for high frequency compute, this is for WordPress websites, WooCommerce sites, e-commerce sites and so on. The prices are a little bit higher, but you get a fast 3 GHz CPU, the fastest architecture available, and you get NVMe solid state local storage, so it's much better than SSD, and also yeah, the whole system is so much better. I see a lot of people now switching, if they're on Vultr, I think that's how you pronounce it, Vultr or Vultr, switching to the high compute. So I mean, for my site, they're not that busy, so I wouldn't go mental. But in this case, so a 2 CPU 2 gig, I normally go for 2 CPU, but because it's high compute, I think we can get away with 1 CPU, 2 gig of RAM. Bandwidth is fine, 64 gig, that's quite generous. Let's sign up for this so I can go through the demo. So what I like is, not a lot of providers do this, they give you a full Geekbench breakdown of the server, which is impressive. Actually, let me compare. Okay, let me compare. I clicked on 1 CPU 2 gig. Let's compare with this one. So the standard service for, oops, sorry, wrong one. 1 CPU 2 gig here. Can I do a side by side? Let me do that. Oops, I messed it up. Grab there and grab there. I'm going to play something. Okay, so this is the high frequency compute. It costs, oh, where's the price gone? I think it was 12, yeah, this is $12, and this is 10, I believe it's 10, let me see. Okay, $10 and $12. Okay, it's only $2 difference, which is $24 over the year. So what you're paying for, so the basic one is 3875 single core, this one is 5278, excuse me, 3880 multi-core 4995, so it's quite a steep increase. Integer performance 5238 4389, 5236 4365, memory performance 5979, this is a massive increase, 2782, and 4604 2090. So yeah, memory is very important for WordPress websites. I know from experience I've had sites go down because, especially WooCommerce, it uses a lot of RAM. Okay, so that's that. Let me close this one again. What am I doing? Okay, so we're going for this package here, so it's $12. I might need to blur my payment details. Okay, let's choose the server. So I'm just going to choose London, that's where I am. I'm going to install the server avatar control panel, so for that I need Ubuntu, however you pronounce it. I think the maximum is 20.04. That's compatible with. Okay, for this package here, 1 CPU, 2 gig memory, 2 TB bandwidth. I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. With WordPress we get a backup plugin, so I don't really need them to give backups. I don't need a startup script. Server hostname, so I'll call it WP test. Function, was it 1 CPU? Okay. Let's copy that to my notepad so I remember. And it's 20% VAT on top. So I'm in London. Okay, deploy now. I think I need to enter my card details. I might need to blur this. Okay, maybe I've got some credit on the account, don't know. Anyway, installing. So I'll just pause for a second. It should take about a minute, I reckon. Okay, it took just under a minute. And it's running. So now I need my server details. Please don't try and copy these details. I'm going to change it after I do this tutorial. So what we need is IP address. So copy IP. With this control panel, I can connect the API and do it by the control panel, but I'm just going to do it manually. So it's called Vultr UK. What was it? It was 1 CPU and 2 GB with high compute. I just have to keep a bit of reference. I'm going to install the Open Lightspeed as I did with the other one. I'll paste in the IP address. Grab the password. Okay, and that should be it. Connect. This one takes about a minute as well. We'll see how long it takes. I will do a review of this control panel. I signed up for a lifetime deal about a month ago, and I've since added 4 or 5 VPS servers. And what I like is that it's very easy to set up. It seems to be quite fast, and so far I've not had any issues with it. I've not used it extensively. There are some downfalls. I mean, you don't get email with this control panel, but email is a very difficult beast to handle. So it's best to use like a third-party service, something like Mailgun, SendGrid, and so on. I may do a video showing how to set that up. It's reasonably straightforward once you've done it a few times. So here we go. It's installing the. So what it's doing is downloading the server avatar software, you could say, or the package onto the server. It's communicating with the server, and I believe it also updates the server as it goes. This may take a couple of minutes, so I'll just put this on pause. Okay, it's been almost 2 minutes and it's moving very slowly. It's taking a bit longer than normal. It normally doesn't take more than 5 minutes, so I'll give it a chance. Okay, here we go, now we're getting there. Just as I speak, okay. Installing OLS. If you're running WordPress, it's important to have Open Lightspeed or Enterprise Lightspeed if you can afford it. Helps improve the performance for your visitors a lot. Okay, still going. Anyway, stay tuned in the video because I'll once I install this, I'll set up an application. I'll install the application will be WordPress, and then what I'll do, I'll set up the benchmark, and I'll update the table with the results. I do think that Vultr will probably be the best performer, even on this low-end package. It's only a $12 package. I think it probably will be the best performer so far. It's the highest ranked CPU, but we'll see anyway. And then later on in the week, I'll test out Linode. I can't think. maybe even Google Cloud, AWS, Azure. There's so many out there to test, even Cloudways. I need to go back to testing shared hosting as well. I've got a few more in my repertoire that I need to test that I've got services on, so I need to get cracking with that. And not only UK ones, but also some American ones, US ones. There's one in Germany. Okay, it's not PHP. This one might take some time. Okay, I'll pause it here. This thing will take some time and I'll come back to this. Okay, wasn't bad. It took 30 seconds. I didn't know they installed Redis as well. Okay, almost done. Any second now. Bish bash bosh, and we're done. Okay, so here we go. We've got 2 gig. Intel core processor, Skylake, 1 core, UTC, blah blah blah. Okay, so now I'm going to go to applications, create server avatar domain. So this was called WP test and Vultr. Let's copy this bit. Save it. Okay, and then UK 132 G HC5 compute. You can install custom domain applications. I'm just going to install WordPress. Okay, WP blog, admin. Let me just grab a password. Just put down the password as well. My notepad, paste. We're going to install the Lightspeed Cache plugin because we're on the OLS server. We can install Lightspeed Cache. I'm not going to mess about with that, so I'll do create application. This shouldn't take off. Only contain. Okay, that's the numbers. Oops. Shouldn't take too long. Especially because the server is decent. The reason I'm using this server avatar is because all the other tests I've done with this control panel, and it's only fair to take into account the load that the control panel puts onto the VPS. Okay, it's done. That's quicker than the other ones. So we're getting what we paid for. Okay, give it a second. So back to applications. This is our WordPress. I'm not going to set up anything else, obviously. Okay, WP-admin and password. Okay, nice and quick. I do like it when there's a nice snappy dashboard. Plugin, add new. Benchmark. It's this one here by Anton Alexandrov. Top man, great plugin. Tried a few. This is the only one that works most often and works well. This is why I always use it now. It's only fair to use the same one. Okay, I'll leave all this as it is. Click on settings, accept terms, consent to GDPR, save. I have noticed that if it is a lot snappier. Okay, this I'm going to do all 3 tests. I'll give it a minute for this first test. It normally takes at least 5 to 7 minutes to do all 3 tests with the other servers I reviewed. This one's getting a little bit quicker. This test, this plugin, sorry, it tests the database read-write and data moving. It tests the CPU and memory. It tests the speed test on the network for downloading and so on. So some people don't like the reliability of this, but for me, this is one consistent way to test my hosting. And yeah, for me, I mean, the results seem to be good, and it worked with pretty much every host I've tried. I did have an issue with one host, that was just a small cPanel host. I don't know what the issue was with their server, but I couldn't get the plugin to work. It would always fail at, I think it was database, I don't know why. and they couldn't give much help, so I thought, forget it. It's going a lot quicker than the last few tests. Maybe I can get one done in the video. We're at almost 15 minutes already. What was the size? Bandwidth 2, 64 gigs, quite a lot. NVMe storage as well. That's pretty good. I can see why Vultr is so popular. That's going reasonably well. Okay, while we're waiting, let's see what else Vultr offers. Okay, let's see where the data centers are located. That's always important. Let's start with North America. Is it drag or? Okay. Okay, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Silicon Valley, Toronto, Miami, Mexico, New Jersey, Chicago, Dallas, Seattle. Okay. Then we've got South America, Sao Paulo, Brazil. My phone is silent. Europe, that's where I've got mine. London, Frankfurt, Paris, Stockholm, Amsterdam. That's very generous because I haven't seen many in Sweden. Amsterdam, I know there are a lot of data there. Amsterdam, London, Frankfurt, and Paris because of OVH. There's a lot of capacity there. Asia, Tokyo, Seoul, Singapore, all the way in Australia, Sydney. Nice. Test location speed. How do we do that? Okay. Let me test Silicon Valley. What will it test? Oh god, I have to put an address in. Okay, it doesn't matter when I do that. But anyway, you can speed test all the servers. Most hosts do that, but not as nice as this. Scale worldwide. So yeah, that's what I like about these big VPS providers. You can actually scale your hosting as you go along. So with some of the other ones I reviewed, it's not as easy to scale. You have to like go get a support ticket or somehow upgrade your package manually. But with Vultr and some other big ones I'll be reviewing, you can just go to your control panel and just up your package to the next level without worrying about downtime. So if you're just before Black Friday, for example, or Christmas or whichever holiday, whenever your busy day is, you think you're going to get a massive rush of visitors to your e-commerce store or whatever, you can just up the package for a month and then downgrade it again. Actually, I think you can downgrade it, it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, so you should be able to do that, no problem. I don't know what point that is. Okay, so cloud compute, bare metal. I don't think I'll be able to afford one of these. This is more like business end stuff. $120 a month. That's a good spec. 480 gig SSD. It's not even NVMe. Yeah, 4-core 8-thread. That's a decent machine though. You can run a Windows server on that. Dedicated cloud, no noisy neighbors. That's not bad. $60 sorry, a month. 120 gig SSD. How much is NVMe? They don't offer that. No. 2 CPU, 8 gig. That's not bad actually. It's dedicated. You won't share resources. There's no chance of someone else messing up the server. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend I know what everything here is. Object storage. Okay, that's for storage. It will be high storage, but low CPU, I think. It's 1 terabyte. Bandwidth 1 terabyte. Size $20. I know AWS charge a lot for their ingress fees and so on. They're very expensive. Media storage. Actually, got some providers. Some CDN providers I'm going to be recommending. It's another review on the list that I use for, as in this use case, object storage, media storage, and so on. Get to that. Where are we going? Okay, load balancers, I'm not going to use that. Block storage and Kubernetes. No idea what that is. I know it's technical, but anyway, we'll leave that. Okay, features, upload your own operating system. So, I've used CentOS, Debian, Windows obviously, and Ubuntu. What's Windows Core? What is that exactly? Not bad. Okay, license price on top of the base price. Okay, I thought it was inclusive. Okay. Yeah, Windows does cost money to the license. I think it's based on the core, number of cores. So the license goes up if you've got more than one core. So one core, yeah, $10, 2 core, 20, yes, $10 per core. And my Windows VPS I have with another provider is 3 core, 8 gig, I think. Yes, that would cost me about 30 odd bucks a month. That's not bad. Okay, I think that's it for this. Marketplace apps. Okay, I decided I'm not used before. Let's have a quick browse on this. Okay, Cyber Panel. Yep, I will do a review on this for sure. It's an alternative to the panel I'm using. It's free, but I used it 2 years ago and I had real issues doing upgrades and there were bugs in the system. But recently they've really improved it. And they've also got a paid for service on top, which probably helps them improve it. So that's very good. But the free version is very good. Looks very good anyway. You can install the open Lightspeed on there straight onto the VPS without using control panels, which will probably help with the resource usage a little bit. All these things: business, CMS, DevTools, web server, software stack. The software stack is like Apache, MySQL, and LAMP. What's the other one called? The LAMP stack. Here we go, LAMP. So this is the one I used to go by. So it installs Apache web server, MySQL, PHP. Then from there you can install all the other services on top. But I mean, a lot of the viewers of this channel probably won't have the time or the technical ability to start messing around with these. That's why I think something like would it be here? Like something like WebMin or CyberPanel. This. Because they don't have WebMin, but they'll be more useful for less technical people. Okay, let's stop this and let's go back to the benchmark. Okay, this is the highest score I've ever received in the VPS. You can't see it, but I'm smiling. Because I bought this is $12 and it's the highest score. Incredible work. So this data is definitely going into the table. Let me set up another test. You see, guys, you get what you pay for. Vultr is a premium service. I'm just smiling at the amount of 10s I can see here. It's almost a 10. I think the highest I've ever received is 9.7. But that was when I moved my reseller hosting. They moved me to a new server. It was a very quiet server in Dallas. I think I was maybe only a handful of people on there. And yeah, I got about 9.7 then. But this is straight off with just a VPS that I just spun up now, so I'm quite impressed with this. It's the highest score so far in the database. I'll probably highlight the whole table green so everyone spots it straight away. So yeah, I forgot to mention, if you click on the link below, you actually Vultr give you $100 in free credits, so you can spin up your own server or multiple servers and try out the services and actually use them. So what you can do, you can spin up a small one, like the one that I picked up, one lower down, and just see how it works for you. If it can give you good benchmark using the same plugin I use, then why not? And you've got $100 of free credits. So if you don't like that, you can delete that server and spin up a new one. I'm not sure if it's 14 days or 30 days. I think it's 14 days. I'm not sure. I'll double check. But that's more than enough time for you to get going with this. I'll probably do a review of CyberPanel. Installing it via Vultr and also installing it manually, because that would help people out, I reckon. I'm by no means an expert, but I've done it before a few times, and So yeah. Okay, so I'll probably put those details to the table. I think I should end the review here because I've covered everything I could cover. Yeah, so I hope you find it useful. Please do check on the link in the description for the VPS and shared hosting benchmarks. I hope the table is clear enough. If you've got any tips or comments or anything you want to say, let me know. This is getting super quick. Okay, 9.5 again. A very slight drop. This one increased slightly. This is the one where all of the other VPS machines were struggling. I was getting 0 point something and it was all red. It was horrible. Yes, I know, I like the color code. It looks nice and clear. But yeah, this is incredible. This is definitely worth the money. I mean, I'm doing the live testing. There's no Photoshop here, and I'm on a cheap server. It's only $12. And compared to some of the other ones I had, yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know why I haven't used it before. Anyways, let me finish here. So sign up via the link below. You get $100 free credits. Click on the link below to check the comparison if you want to get a slightly cheaper service, or you want to get shared hosting. I'll update shared hosting as soon as I can. I think I haven't put in all the figures in there yet. The spreadsheet will remain live. I'll update it whenever I can, and I will put on the top the last update date, if that makes sense. So yeah, so please do subscribe, give me a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.